And that's how this first half will come to a close. Get away first, and we'll start the second half. Looks like he's going to try to return it. He's able to work his way across the 25 to the 26 before going out of bounds. Sending the offense back to work. Those two first-half turnovers really damaging, and the primary reason they find themselves trailing to start the third quarter.
And this is an offense that prides themselves on taking care of the football and then having explosive plays. You know they're playing angry right now. They're mad. They know they're the reason why they're down in this game, so I expect them to come out here, lighten it up here for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and this defense playing fast, playing physical, forcing things into action, forcing those turnovers. They played really well in this first half.
The Pirates headed quickly to the line. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
You got to wonder if this offense is going to go for it here. They're trailing now by a lot. I know there's a lot of football still to go, and I know they're on their own end of the field, but just kind of get the feeling their defense hasn't gotten a ton of stops. They may need to stay out there, and they're going to need this quarterback to make a play.
Makes the grab well past the sticks. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Oh, and he finds his slot receiver on that fourth down throw. And I'll tell you, this guy's not the biggest receiver in college football, but he does such a good job working the middle of the field. He's just able to get open and read coverage. Every quarterback loves having a slot receiver like that.
Going up top on first down. He makes a catch. Touchdown, Purple Pirates. And once he got loose, it was all over. Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
And they did tack on the extra point. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they pay it off with a strike from 38 yards out. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Coming out with it, it's Sapp. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. Now the Trojan offense returns to the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling, too, David. Just give it easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
This quarterback, man, is scary fast. I think sometimes he's too fast. I think on a play like that, sometimes when you're on the run, you just want to sort of settle yourself a little bit, get your feet under you so you can make a more accurate throw.
To the air, it's Reed. They're bringing heat. Takes a hit as he fires. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Trying to make magic with his feet. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. First down here for the offense. He wants to throw. Now adjusting. More than enough time in the pocket, and he fires left. And he breaks into the open. At the 20. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17.
This defense knows they have to do a better job tackling. On that play there, too many missed tackles on the wide out. It leads to an explosive play, and all of a sudden, they're in their own red zone.
He'll pull it on the read. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans.
Well, they go back to the option play, and now this is the second time, Paul, this QB has scored running this scheme offensively.
Yeah, and as a defense, you got to understand when you're playing the option, it's responsibility football. I got to stop my assignment. I can't get caught in somebody else's business. You could tell this defense not really ready for this quarterback run game. They better figure it out, or it's going to be a long game.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. East Carolina has it back, and the Purple Pirate offense will go to work. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play call, dialed up on that last drive, ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Looking to throw, it's Newton. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And the Pirates want to crank the tempo.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
East Carolina, 23.
They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. Getting a little fancy with a give to the wide receiver here. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6.
It's so easy to let your eyes lie to you, to see the ball kind of go the other way. What's my assignment? My assignment is to make sure I contain on the backside. Great job by the defense, not getting fooled, playing their assignment, making the play.
Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. So, guys, we'll have another look at this Troy offense. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Relying on that running game, and it works for about 3 yards to the 31.
The defense, obviously, at this point is trailing. They need to get the football back. They're expecting run. They know the offense is going to try and bleed the clock, so you got to be good at the point of attack. They were right there. They get.
Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Trojans. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. My philosophy on going for 2 is only when you have to. Looking downfield, it's Reed. That pass is incomplete.
Well, every coordinator has a couple of two-point plays in his back pocket. They dialed one up there. They didn't get it. Let's see how that affects the outcome of this one.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he's going to bring it out. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. East Carolina sending the offense back to work. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession.
Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. Oh, so close to paying off the tip. Really had it in his hands, but it falls incomplete. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Defense not showing press coverage. On 4th down, going to the air. Finds his man enough for the first. He's off to the races. Past the 10. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown!
And this is always an interesting spot for me now because you're going to have to go for two regardless. I don't know if it's now or if it's later when you score, but at some point you're going to have to pull the trigger. So that's a you decision, but nice job by this offense getting the touchdown now to give yourself that opportunity to have a choice.
No backs with the quarterback as they line up for the 2. This quarterback part of their running game. He gets the 2-point conversion, and we've got a ball game. They're down by 7. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it with a flair, a 77-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff unit about to go to work. Fielded in the end zone, it's Sapp. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Troy offense returns to the field. Okay, Justin, this is a little bit of a tight spot. You'd love to be aggressive enough to get the first down, but you've got to take care of the ball first.
No doubt. I was going to say, ball security is at a premium. You cannot turn the football over at this point. The defense has 3 timeouts left, David, so probably conservative play calling here. You're expecting them to try to run to ice this game.
Conservative, I know they're going to be aggressive, but I also know that one first down ends this football game.
Looking for a man, it's Reed. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And he has vexed his defense with the scrambles. Another first down and yet another big gain.
Every possession later in the game means so much more. You start getting in the fourth quarter, one possession games, QB drops back and makes these first downs. These extra set of downs now become so much more important late in these ball games.
At the 35, he's open. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
Nice job getting outside, right? Those running backs, they get on those tracks, they run outside. Now they're in the open field. It's so tough. Those safeties are flying down, try to get an angle, but you could tell the speed sets them up, makes the big play out to the left.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And the Trojans will try to run out the clock in this final minute. Now they're going to throw it. Might be looking to run. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. They're trying to get to it. The quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Defense takes a timeout with 30 seconds remaining.
And finally, you're seeing some life from the defense. They've been struggling all game long up to this point, but back-to-back sacks on 2 consecutive plays, they're at least still trying to fight back in this game.
Flushed out of the pocket. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
Man, there are a handful of plays in every game in college football that just change the momentum, changes the energy. That play by the defense, getting that stop, trailing in this game in the second half, has just sparked new life. The offense is now taking the field, understanding that they can totally change the outcome of this game right here, right now. That changed everything.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on.
Yeah, and I think you know the situation as a defender, and you know you're up by a score, and you know exactly what's going on with the offense. They got to make some big plays here in the 4th quarter. Nice job playing the deep ball, staying deep, and not giving up the big play.
To the air, it's Newton. Looking to the big tight end. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep. The Pirates in the hurry up. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the pass is caught for a touchdown. And it looks as if we could be headed to overtime.
And they desperately needed that touchdown. Now it's miracle time. We got to kick this onside kick and somehow find a way to boot a long field goal and maybe win this thing at the buzzer.
And now a critical extra point attempt here. And it might be that last boot through the uprights that sends us to overtime. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And what a huge score and extra point there to get it tied in the final minute. Here comes the kickoff as we are all tied up in the 4th quarter. He'll bring it out. It's Sapp. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. He'll start this drive firing. Throws to the wideout. Already find a hole in that secondary. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Back to pass, it's Reed. From the comfort of the pocket, he fires it to the right. Oh, and it's picked off. This could be huge huge in a tie game. Ball is loose. And the fumble goes out of bounds. Final play of the game, and that's going to do it. We'll get it started here in overtime. He'll keep it himself. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play. And the Pirates want to move quickly. Dialing up the second down pass play. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down with it.
And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker.
Well, they try to go quarterback design run on that play, but the defense just not buying it. Nice job, everybody playing downhill and making a tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Can't make the connection on fourth down, and they give up the football here in overtime.
That is a big-time drop right there. Fourth down, opportunity to catch it, maybe get the first down. That is tough to swallow, but as a QB, I got to walk over to him and say, listen, dude, we're going to need you later on. I still believe it.
First down, and this defense is desperate. Any kind of score, and it's over. Looking for room, it's Harris.
At this point of the game, you just got to wonder if the defense is getting tough. Don't seem to have the punch in the game, and they're just playing on their heels.
Defense going to use a timeout here to make sure everyone is crystal clear on their assignment here in overtime.
Let's go.
Offense gets set for second down. They'll run it from the gun. Shakes off the tackler. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot. But that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
They're already in position for a potential game-winning field goal here on first and goal in overtime. They move the tight end all over. Looking to throw, it's Reed. Forced out of the pocket. Makes the catch. He's in. A game-winning touchdown in overtime. like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different. Bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
You didn't see? I didn't see you in and when they lost Game 6, when they lost, uh, Curry's son crying. Curry Sutton didn't even.
Well, you don't see this every day. They're lining up for an onside kick on the opening kickoff. They'd hoped to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
Great job there by the receiving team, right? You got your opponent here on the road. You're not caught off guard on the opening kick of the game. You're able to fall on it, and now your offense has the ball in great field position. You have got to make them pay for that gamble.
They'll throw it on first down. Quick completion on the out route. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. And here comes the offense on second down. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. That linebacker was a heat-seeking missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carrier.
Great job, great field. Linebackers are making all the calls in the defense and understanding when I need to come through that gap and come through with bad intentions. Those guys are usually 245 pounds of heat-seeking missile.
Swings it out to the flat. He's right there to stop him, but the quick throw and catching up to give them the first down. I was starting to think about what they would do if they didn't pick up the first down here, but I guess that's a moot point now.
Moot point for sure, and the head coach was probably telling them 4-down territory. We're going to kick a...
Unleashes one deep. And they can't quite hook up trying to make a completion in the back corner of the end zone.
And that's just a huge missed opportunity on offense. QB missed his guy wide open in the end zone. You might not get another clean look like that in the rest of this game.
Back to throw, it's King. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Oh, right through his hands. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Wide open downfield. Touchdown Mustangs! Reeled it in and just made the house call.
What a great way to start this game. Getting the football in the end zone, get it to your big play wide receiver. Nice job by this offense.
Yeah, David, it just seems like this offense came out with a sense of urgency, right? They're playing with great energy, and it seemed like everything they dialed up on that drive worked perfectly. Really nice rhythm, really nice flow, and they cap it off with a touchdown.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. He's able to sneak his way across the 20 and steps out at the 21. On first down, here comes this offense. Wide receiver shows motion. Handoff to the lone back. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24. And the Cardinals racing to the line in the hurry-up. Back to the ground with the running back. They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28.
And as an offense, having success on a run play like that early in the game just opens up all of the possibilities of your playbook moving forward. Play action, running the ball, throwing the ball, screens, anything is at your disposal at this point.
Pressure coming. Snagged in the middle. It's Edwards. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. The Cardinals come to the line with a new set of downs. To the air on first down. He's moving out of the pocket. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw away.
No gain on first down after the incompletion. Now 2nd and 10 from the 40. To throw, it's Milroe. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
And good job by the defense. The defense clearly knew where they were going with the football. Double coverage out wide, making sure they don't give up a touchdown to that guy. Nice job by the defense.
He's got it on the 25. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Cardinals! Well, I'm not sure who was closer to the receiver there, the defensive backs or us.
On offense, receiver wins the route one-on-one, shows off his speed, gets himself wide open. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that ball. Nice job.
Here comes the two-point try. Snapped it in the shotgun. Using his feet to buy time. Fires into traffic, picked off. He just set sail for the end zone after the pick and turns it into a two-point return.
That keeps the score. SMU 9, Louisville 6.
They just cut into this deficit, and now they're trying to get the ball back early with an onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
Well, I give them a lot of credit for having guts. You normally don't see onside kicks until the very end of the game. Here we are in the first quarter, and they tried one, but it didn't work. So their defense now has to come out here and bail them out.
The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Leaves it with the running back. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop it.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. He'll ride his man on the option. And the ball is free on the pitch. And the defense snatches it, and they're trying to flip the field. Able to stay on his feet and get the ball to the 21-yard line.
You've got to have better ball security on offense. The football possession, that is priceless. Losing possession, turning the ball over, that kills you in games. That loses games. And that is a bad, bad play at a bad time.
Coming after it. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Great job by the QB just avoiding a negative play. I know you don't come away with a big completion, but he should have got sacked. I don't know how he was able to get out of that. Great individual effort by him.
Looking downfield, it's Milroe. Fires to the wideout. Got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Louisville.
Defense has to be better on the back end. They knew this offense was going to come out, and they were going to challenge them. They were going to try to push the ball vertically down the field. They've now given up 2 touchdown passes in this game. They have got to shore up their play in the back half.
Looking for the 2-point try. Snap in the shotgun. Pocket starts to collapse. And that one is picked off in the end zone.
The 2-point attempt is no good. That keeps the score. Louisville 12, SMU 9.
They already have the lead, and they're trying to build it here in the first quarter with an onside kick. Cool as a cucumber, and that's a live ball. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Wants to throw on first down. He tries to take the top off. Oh, he's playing with fire, and he's picked off. He'll try to take it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
SMU, 9.
First down to start the drive after the break. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. Knocked down after getting 6 all the way out to the 34-yard line.
Listen, defense is about energy. It's about passion. It's about physicality. They need a little bit more of that. Get the guy on the ground. You can't let guys break tackles. What could have been set up in a long yardage situation now becomes an easier situation because you couldn't get him on the ground.
Looking to pass. It's King. Got the back over the middle. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. The Mustangs will have it 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Feeling some heat. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
The offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
2nd and 10, he'll throw again. Fires to the big fella, and he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Must be nice for this quarterback knowing he's got this type of athlete playing the tight end position. He can work the middle of the field for him. He's a guy who can stretch it vertically as well, but this is a guy the QB will look for early and often in this game.
It's 3rd down, and they have to get it to the 42 to move the sticks. From the gun, wants to pass. Got the quick pass. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a 1st down on the play. 6th play of the drive coming up. Back to the air one more time. Moves around to clear up the vision. He's looking on the right side. And he's got it at the 10.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, SMU!
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution of the drive by that offense.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. They took it 71 yards down the field, and what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or you can trust him right away.
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
Dropping back, it's Milroe. Soft spot in the middle. Nothing but green ahead. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
Unloads to the wideout. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Got some room to run. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Well, that's the second pick in as many series now for this quarterback. But, David, I don't know if the defense right now and the way they're reading and reacting to all these route concepts, I mean, they are all over these guys on the back end.
All over the field, making plays. Listen, you're supposed to see the...
Fires and picked off. And a tremendous return will be stopped at the 28-yard line.
Well, the offense turns it over, and talking to their coaching staff before this game, they talked about how important it was to have good ball security and not give the opponent extra possessions. That time, poor decision by the quarterback, and the defense made...
And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His third interception.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
Comes out throwing on first down. Getting some heat. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
On second down, just keeps firing. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion?
This tight end is such a weapon because he can line up all over the field. That time he starts in the slot, he's running the corner route against zone coverage, and he's just got athleticism and wiggle and the ability to separate and make big plays. It's so nice to have a target like that.
Looking to go up top on first down. Lets it fly. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down.
Well, no question where this quarterback is going to be trying to go with the football in this game, right? He's looking for his big play wide out. And the defense knows it. They had him double covered that time.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Back to throw, it's King. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And that pass is intercepted. Trying to... And oh no, he loses the ball at the end of the run. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession.
Out of all the ways to get a first down, that's how the offense chose to do it. I mean, make the mistake, throw the interception, Palmer, but heads-up play, force the fumble, and recover it. First down.
And, David, you know the quarterback's counting his lucky stars. That was a bad decision. That should be the defense's ball.
Going over the top. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. They want to get the ball back right now, lining up for an onside kick to start the second half. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think...
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack.
And you watch the right defensive end get in there so fast, rush the passer, get to the quarterback, get him on the ground. I love the replays of these things when you can really hone in on that one guy on the one side, and you just watch him go to work.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
Get this far behind the chains and it's a guaranteed passing situation, defensive linemen go to work. That's what we do. We want to get sacks. We want to rush the quarterback, especially.
And he's running in the open. Ripped off a huge chunk play out of bounds.
Love the individual effort by the wide receiver after the catch, making people miss, showing you the speed. Now he set up his offense down in the red zone.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on second down. Wants to throw. It's Milroe. Throws for the tight end. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the completion.
Oh, man, the quarterback almost just threw his second interception on as many drives. He's trying to fit that football in there. It gets tipped up in the air. He's lucky that wasn't picked off.
Looking down the middle. For the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Well, how about that? I mean, they knew this defense was good defending the pass, but that had more to do with who's in the secondary, not necessarily who's up front. David, his best Pollock impersonation, picking that one off.
Yeah, baby, you don't get many opportunities to drop in coverage. You don't get many balls thrown your way, but when you do, you want to make sure you take advantage, showing off the athletic ability, showing the hands. The big defensive lineman comes up with the INT.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them.
That's what I like to hear.
They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. There's a difference between being methodical and thorough and slow. They were slow, and they got the flag.
You got caught.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out. The delay of game pushes the offense back.
Cheaters never win.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that.
Cheaters never win.
Hey, quit cheating out there! Totally a penalty! Never win!
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them.
Don't let him get away with that!
Cheaters never win.
That's it!
They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there.
Obvious fault. That's the right call, ref. Hold it here.
Cheaters!
And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out. There's a difference between being methodical and thorough and slow. They were slow, and they got the flag.
Got that one right!
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock.
Got that one right!
That's the right call, ref.
Don't let him back out!
Cheaters never win.
That's right! Don't let him get...
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear.
Totally a penalty! That's it! Good call! Good call! Don't let him get away with that!
You got caught.
They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that.
Don't let him get away with that! Good call! Good call! Totally a penalty!
And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out. The delay of game pushes the offense back. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with results of the play. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them.
You got caught. Baby. Well, you got that one right. Never win.
Yeah.
What took you so long?
That's it. Good call. Good call. You got caught. What took you so long?
They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines. It stands on the result of the play.